Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to Trading Wave Market Analysis, where we will be looking at the instrument. How did they perform on the previous week, and what do we expect going forward? Right, so let's get started. Before that, guys, please do take note. We've got an early Black Friday special where you can get up to like 50% off, especially on our educational content. Right, so you can just go there on the website and take advantage of that. And again, our next 10-day live course, it will be starting on the 5th of December. That will be hosted by my colleague, Victor himself. A lot of people have been asking where he is. He will be hosting that course. Right, so for our contact details, you can refer on the website, guys. This is our YouTube page there, especially on the content that we post on Sundays. Well, so if you click there, you are going to get our contact details there. There is be our WhatsApp number and also Telegram numbers. It's either you reach myself or Victor himself, and you've also got a Telegram channel where you can just join there. We do post some free content there as well, and also you can follow us on our social media pages, especially on our YouTube, on our Facebook, and also on our Twitter. Right, so let's get started. We've got quite a few number of instruments to look. How did the market perform last week, and what do we expect going forward? So you just got to be patient because we will be showing you some of those. Just a few of them. There are the quite number of them, but at the same time, it's few of those one how we focused it in the past weeks. So let's start with the DXY. We've been talking about the DXY for quite some time here. That the DXY, it is going to be expected that it was going to drop. If you've been seeing our thumbnails, I've been giving you a hint. What do we expect inside the group? Okay, so last week we expected the dollar continuation, but before that we were somewhere around this area here, and I kept on talking about this, that I was expecting that this was going to drop against the 107,347 area here. So this is where we were, and we wanted to see this drop to the down side. I remember one of the guys that was watching on YouTube, he said that it was a bit funny here what we expected on a DXY. My analysis was a bit funny here, but let's have a look. How did that one play out after that? Look at the DXY. It has dropped. If you've been following this, we have been talking about it for quite some time. It has dropped about 332 points to the downside, and then going next week, we will see when we do the market analysis what do we expect. So the very same thing that applies here. Your Euro US dirham, the expectation was for this one to make a move to the upside. I saw a lot of people that were expecting that this was going to drop. So we just wanted to see this because obviously it is inversely correlated to the DXY. If you look at the Euro US dollar, this has made about 400 pips move to the upside here. So a lot of people, like I was saying, that they missed this around this move here because they wanted to see this drop to the downside. So the next one here was pound US dollar. I've been talking about this one a couple of times, that we were simply looking at this to have ended the correction, made a move to the upside, three-wave move pulled back. I call this a textbook setup because it was just simply A, B, C. Yes, so we were expecting that this was going to make a move to the upside. Actually, from the blue box, this is where we expected it, that if it hits the blue box, then we are going to see a move to the upside. Now, if you've been following the chart, you would see that this has traded up about 434 pips just from here. Not exactly this swing low here, but just from here, it has made about 434 pins. So you will do the counting of the pips. Now, focusing on the US dollar pairs, because this is what we've been seeking. US dollar chief, we saw a drop to the downside. We had a trend line here. We expected a three-way pullback that might retest this, and then a drop to the downside. Now, if you look at this, it has already made that three-way move pullback. It was a sharp one here. A lot of people were also expecting that this was going to make a move to the upside here. So we saw this three-way move retesting the very same trend line. We started to drop. Guess what? Yeah, this drop from here has made about 266 pips. Gave us another nice opportunity. Went into the blue box, which we discussed inside the members area here during the live market analysis before London Open. So we expected this was going to get into the blue box and drop from there. This was before the CPI last week, if I'm not mistaken. I think we had CPI figures last week. You will see majority of these charts before the CPI that technically we didn't know what the fundamentals are going to be, but we always say this, that the fundamentals are always there to complete the structure. So technically, we saw that the numbers were not going to be in favor of the dollar here. So when we sold this year, that was before the CPI, it made about 178 pips just from the blue box alone, all the way to the downside there. So even if you are intraday trading, you are still covered. Out US dollar, I've showed you this one. We are expecting this to end this ending diagonal here. So we're expecting one more leg lower here, and then this move to the upper side. How did that one play out? You will see that this has already made a move to the downside, because we were here, we expected this to drop here. Now this has already made about 274 pips move to the upper side. The nice one was New Zealand US dollar. The same year, we were expecting that this was going to drop just to complete this 5-wave move to a downside a year. And then we were here and we said we want to see one more leg before we can expect a move to the upper side. If you look at that now, how did that one perform? We have seen that this has made about 283 pips move to the upside. Now, guess what? During the CPI, just before the CPI, we saw this move to the upside, to the downside, this three-way move, and then it fell right into the blue box. We said to our members, you can refer to our social media pages. I did post this a year that what we expected before the CPI hit the blue box. There's a very powerful strategy here. So we hit the blue box here, and then all of a sudden, this just made a move to the upside. Very aggressive move to the upside that we've seen here. So from around this area, it made about 170 something, 280 pips just from this blue box here during the CPI figures release. Right, so let's look at Pound Chief. I've shown you this one here. We spoke about it, made a short video about it here, that we are going to get a very nice move to the upside. If you've been paying attention to this weekly analysis, you should have made something out of this chart here, because this was exactly, I shouldn't have even have showed you this, that I'm looking at this to be my way forward, because a lot of people might have just got in here because it just hit the blue box, not the blue box per se, but just this other side of the channel. A lot of people who have just bought here and have their stop losses here. But because we knew the wave theory was still saying that this still needs to give us one more leg lower before we can see a move to the upper side. So that's what we discussed with our members. And if you look at this here, it dropped. Okay, we were here, it dropped to the downside, the drop that we're expecting for, and then from this point here, this was already falling into the blue box, and then we have made about 371 pips. Now, I've made a video here and I've posted this on the social media pages that this needs to give us a three-wave move pullback. You can check this one with us here. So once we get around this area here, we'll be looking for a big move that can even give us above 1,000 pips. Like I've said it, go to those YouTube channel, watch those short videos that we'll release during the week. We do apologize. Last week we did not get time to release the content, but we will be releasing some very good content this coming week going forward. But we're going to be expecting to see a very big move to the upside here. So it's going to be another opportunity. If you missed it to check it from the blue box, this three-wave move structure here should be giving you a big one to the upper side. Right, so let's have a look at your gold here. One of my favorite, I've made a video about this one. That gold is going to give us a drop to the downside, make a move to the upside here, and then still drop before this move here. If you look at this, how many focus we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4 moves that we are forecasting in advance. That's the power of the Elliott wave theory. Now, if you look at this, gold has already made a drop from exactly why I said this was going to drop 650 points to the downside here. Now, this has already reversed again in another 650 points. Now, what do we expect? The move that are left on the gold that we still anticipate are these two here. I'm not going to spend much time on that one. Just go on that video that was I've talked about this, the video that the video where I was just discussing gold alone. Now, talk about platinum, silver here. We spoke about this one. I think I even gave you a hint on the social media pages here. So we've had this move. Went into the blue box here. This is where our members were able to get this one here. So we made this move to the upside. When we got around this area here, I did say this. I posted it on the social media page. Do expect a three-wave move pulled back before we can make a move to the upside here. Now, if you look at silver, it did not disappoint. Made a three-wave move to the downside here. I should have shown you a chart when this was here. A lot of people were saying that this was going to make a move to the upside, and I said to our members, this still needs to come down, hit the blue box here before we can get a move to the up side. Now look at this, it has dropped 157 points to the downside and has already hit the blue box, and then it has already made a move to the upside, which is about 229 points. So we will see what we expect going forward on a silver, but these are just simple textbook setup, guys, here. Now let's have a look at Brent crude oil. I've showed you this one here, that we were here. We saw this drop, we saw this three-wave move here. They said we are in the blue box. We want to see Brent crude oil to be coming down. How did that one play out? You will see that this has made about $16.90 move here, which is 1,691 pounds to the downside. Look at the power of the blue box strategy there. So a nice straightforward move to the downside that we've seen on a Brent crude oil. Platinum again, yes. So platinum, we were looking at this one here, that it should end this diagonal here. We simply wanted to see this to drop lower here and make a move to the up side. If you look at the chart, this has already made a drop to the downside here, and then it had made about 914 points, and then this has also made a move to the upside, 719 points here. So we still expected this is going to give us a very big move to the upside on your platinum. Talk about the indices. I've been talking about this inside the members area here. Even when I come week in, week out, I've been talking about the indices that they are going to make a move eventually to the up all-time high. Some of them have done so, but these three, especially your Nasdaq, S&P 500, your Dow Jones, they were still lagging. And then we used the other indices like your UK 100, your DAX, which have made the all-time high. That these 3 years should follow here. So Nasdaq went into the blue box here, and then we said this should give us one more leg lower, and then we should be getting a move to the up side. Now looking at this here, the power of the blue box again, this has made about 1,644 points move just from the blue box here, made this move to the up side. The next one here was your DAX, so we're simply waiting to see that this must get into the blue box here before we can expect a move to the upside. What did we see? Next thing here, DAX made a hit the blue box here, and then coming to this other side of the channel, and has already made about 1,311 points move to the up side. Not DAX alone, your S&P 500 again here. We saw this three-wave move structure here, hit the blue box, went up here. Nasdaq missed the blue box. We said because Nasdaq has missed the blue box, we should see a deeper move into the S&P 500 into the blue box before we can get the actual move higher here. Now you'll see on the next one here, this went deeper into the blue box here, and this has already made a nice 417 points move to the upside here. You will see that we're still expecting this move. Textbook setup that we're playing out on the indices here. Unfortunately, if you are not with the trading waves, you might have missed all these moves. Same thing applies here. Your Dow Jones, we expected this get into the blue box here. We wanted to see this big move to the up side, and then what did we get next here? You'd see that this has already made about 2,694 pips just from this area of a blue box here. That is the power of the blue box. And recently I showed you this chart, and I even posted this one as the chart of the week, I think 2 weeks back, that Nifty coming into the blue box here, we are expecting that this was going to make a move to the upside. It must hit the blue box and make a move to the upside. Before I go there, on a Nifty, remember I showed you this back then, that this was going to hit the blue box and make a move to the upside here. Very big move it made here. Now this was just another entry here, three-wave move into the blue box. We wanted to see this move to the up side. How did that one play out? You would see that this went exactly into the area of a blue box here, three-wave move structure, and then it has already made about 1,027 points to the upside. We still expect that this is still going to be giving us a move to the upside here. Cryptocurrencies, can't say much about this one here. Bitcoin, simple textbook setup. We saw this through a move, We said against this swing low here, we're expecting to see this big move to the upside jump. Since then, Bitcoin has been trading higher and has made about $11,000 move, $11,400 move to the upside from this area here. Nice textbook setup from the blue box here, three-way move. Then we've got this $11,400 move. Ethereum, the same thing here. We said Ethereum, we kept on holding on to this and we said against this swing low here, your Ethereum should not break this and it should make a move to the upside. A lot of people were not sure why do we strictly against this here, but then that's the power of knowing the Elliott wave theory, because those invalidation level, they are very, very, very critical. Look at this move here. We've gotten about $569 move on Ethereum with a very, 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 very low risk there. And the last one obviously will be your Ripley here. So we've been talking about Ripley that against the 40 cents area here, this should be giving us this move to the up side. Since then, this has made about a 27 cents move here. There is a very big move. It might be a 27 cents, a small figure here, but in terms of a move, that's a very, very, very big move to the upside that we've seen on Ripple. All right, so guys, that's how the market performed the last week. Now let's get to started and see what do we expect going forward, starting with your, let's have a look at DXY. But I'm gonna be running through this. I don't have to waste time here, so I'm gonna be running through this one here. So DXY, we're simply waiting to see this three-wave move pull back here, but other than that, a continuation move to the down side. So just hold for me here. So we simply looking for this one to drop lower here. If you are lucky enough, a three-wave move pull back, if it does come around this area here, we're still looking for a move to a downside. Structurally, still this ugly funny structure. That's how they see some other people. We're still looking for this one, that it should drop lower here before we can expect a big one to the up side. Your euro US dollar here, the same thing here. We are simply looking for this one to give us a pullback here. Doesn't have to be. This is still expected to continue, but if we do see a three-wave move pullback, we're simply looking for this one to make a move to the upside. We are simply looking for these to have been the structure here, like just like the DXY, and expanding flat in the middle here. So we're expecting to see the big move to the upside on the euro US dollar. Pound US dollar here, obviously I will also discuss the alternative views. Pound US dollar, we are expecting that this should continue with the move to the upside here. So three-wave pullback that we see here, that will be an opportunity that we can look for a buy. Obviously we have started very correctively here, but again, it also depends what you're looking for here. So this might be something here that you need to watch out. Make a three-wave move to the upside, correct lower here. This might still do something like this, three-wave move started like this. But again, it could even start being like a diagonal, depending what you're looking for. Some will say this is going to be a W, a wave X, a wave Y, and then we drop, depending what you're looking for. But again, if you are looking for a move to the upside, this could still be just be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, leading diagonal, something like this, through a pullback, and then this just make a move to the upside. But as for me, in our group here, we are expecting to see more continuation move to the upside on your pound US dollar. US dollar chief, I've been talking about this one here, that we made a nice drop to the downside here, impulsively move to the downside, three-wave move, expanding flat here, wave 1 or wave 2, we're simply waiting to see a drop to the downside. Now against these swing highs here, pulled back in a three-wave move, we're simply looking for a more bearish move to the downside. Audio US dollar here, I've shown you this one, that we are expecting to see more continuation move to the upside. If you are wondering what are we looking at, made a move to the upside, three-wave move to a drop here, we should still see this one at least coming back to around this high. So pullbacks in a three-wave move structure here should be an opportunity that we can look for a buying opportunity there. And the same thing applies with the New Zealand US dollar here. We had an impulsively move to the upside here. This is pulling back in a three-wave move. We're simply waiting to see this move that is going to be related to this one. So pullbacks in a three-wave move structure here against this swing low, we're simply looking for a bullish move to the upside. US dollar CAD, I've shown you this one several times, that we are looking at this one, that it should continue with the move to the upside. So we have been looking at this to be structure here, and it has made that structure. Now this has made what looks an impulsively move here. So we've been looking at this to be a three-wave move
move structure and expecting this to make a move to the upside. But because the DXY, it is positively correlated to the US dollar based pairs, so you would expect that the DXY continue the drop to the downside. Since this is a US dollar based pair, we are very well aware that this can just continue from a year all the way to the downside, maybe to even take this swing low here before we can see that move to the up side. So that is just something that we are well aware of. US dollar JPY, this is starting to make some impulsively move to the down side here. I still want to see more confirmation, to be honest here. So I'm looking at this to drop. We've been looking for this drop, obviously, inside the group here, but I still expect that this is going to drop more. I want to see more drop here. That should be a confirmation. Then once we see a through move pullback, we will look to sell that one comfortable for a bearish move to the downside. Somebody mentioned that do I talk about the failed moves here? So they are very few. They are very few. I'm gonna be honest with you, but this is one of them. Yeah, if you remember last week, or I've been looking at this pound yen that against this swing high here, this must play out a structure like this. Believe me, we have been buying this for a move to the upside, but we did not want to see this breaking above this a year, and we wanted to see this one shorting to the downside. Unfortunately, it went so deep that it came about 99% retracing this a year, and then our members, we were very well aware and prepared that this, because of the way the volume was so high here, so we're already prepared that this might make a move. Even though when we were around this area here, we wanted to see this to drop. We wanted to see this to drop. Eventually, that did not play out as expected. It has already invalidated our move here. Now, going forward this year, because it broke above this, it's very likely this was a one. Your 2 year, this might have completed 3. So this might be a wave 4, a wave 5 like this a year. Then from there, start to give us this a drop. But if it were this was to drop more lower here and come to this territory of this move to the upside here, then we start going to look for these pullbacks, and then we can start to look for the short move to the down side. Euro JPY, this has made, we're looking at this here to be the last leg to the upside. This to have made a move here, and then a miss move here. Now we wanted to see this to drop from here. Now this is still a very small move to say this is confirmed. We want to see this one dropping more lower here, but this come around this swing low. Then we see pullbacks. Then this might be ready for a drop to the down side here. Right, so let's have a look at pound, US dollar chief yen. I want to see this one dropping to the downside, but I'm very well aware that it has got that negative correlation to US dollar chief. So if US dollar chief drop to the downside, then you would expect that this might be supported for this make a move to the upside. Yeah, but then technically, I've been looking at this one, your 2 here, your 3 here, your wave 4 here, your wave 5. Obviously, this is just related to what is happening on the left hand side of the chart, but this was the last move that I was looking at to be a 5-wave move to the downside here. And we've got a very strong divergence that is taking place on a daily time frame. So it's very likely that this must start to drop. But obviously, this is on a daily time frame. If it drop, come around this swing low, yeah, confirmation that this will almost be done, and then we start gonna look for this move to the downside. Other than that, this can still be a 3-way move, make a move to the upside before it can make the actual drop. But I'm going to be trying to entertain the short move to the downside. US CAD yen, I've showed you this one here, that we were looking at this one to have dropped here last week. If you saw this one here, we were somewhere here. I was simply looking for this one to make a move to the upside, come somewhere around this area here, do not break this high here. So what it has made here, made a slightly move above here, but did not break this high. Now we are seeing an impulsively move. Now I want to see this dropping all the way to the downside, but obviously well aware that this could just be a 3-wave move structure like this a year, and then this just make a move to the up side. So those are the alternative views that we get to discuss inside the members area here. Now New Zealand yen. So we've talked about this one here, that it has made an impulsively move to the upside here. Now this looks like the 5-wave move that we are seeing here. This should be in your 1, your 2, your 3 here, this wave 4, wave 5 here. Now we could only expect something like this 3-wave move put back against this swing low here. Then we're going to be looking for a continuation move to the upside, and that should be supported by your New Zealand US dollar expected to make a move to the upside, and your Audi US dollar. So the same thing here with your New Zealand, with your Audi yen here. So expecting that this is going to make a move to the upside. If you've seen this chart, this has been our wave 1, our wave 2 here. So we have been looking at this to have made another 5-wave move that is completing this wave 1 in a lower degree. So I'm simply looking for something like this, that it might play out before we see a continuation higher on the Audi yen. Right, so Euro Audi still holding on around this area here. So the past few weeks we have been looking at this one that it was going to drop, but unfortunately we are in this range here. So one more leg up. Obviously, I don't want to see that one more leg up to be breaking this high. So I would be expecting that this might make a structure like this, but eventually I would be expecting that this is going to drop, even if it at least makes something like this, maybe a structure like this, drop lower here and then make a move to the up. But this is a drop for now that I'm still entertaining on a Euro Audi. But all along, all in all, I'm expecting this to give us a very big move to the downside on your Euro outing. Euro New Zealand, so we are looking at this one to drop as well here, but obviously against this swing high. This is the high that I don't want to see being taken out. Made an impulsively move here, so I would have loved to see this make a move to the downside, at least come somewhere around this area here before we see this move and then this drop. But obviously, if we make this move here, we are very well aware that we are not just going to sell this. We need to see some confirmation here. Make a move to the upside. Do not break this high. Come down impulsively here. Indicator confirming. Then that's what we are going to be looking for a short. But technically, and looking at the correlation was if New Zealand US dollar make that move to the up side like this here, then Euro New Zealand will eventually give us this drop to the down side. Right, so your EuroCAD, nothing much here. We're just simply looking for a continuation move to the upside. Three-wave move pullback that you see here, we're simply looking for move to the upside here. Made a move to the upside, 1 2 here. This could be a 3. We might get a wave 4 here, and then we might see more continuation to the upside on EuroCAD. Euro Chief, I've spoken about this one here several times. There were some views that this could be done with the move to the downside. Yeah, it could be like that. But again, we are considering this. Could be the structure here. Make a move to the upside, come around this high here, still drop to the downside here. Alternatively, this might have been a diagonal here. Then this just make a three-way move structure like this. One more leg and one more leg to the downside is what I still want to see here before the actual move to the upside. But obviously, because there is that possibility that this might be done here, this might be formed this V-shaped pattern. If it pulled back in a three-way move, we're gonna be looking to buy this. Whether this is an A, B, C here, we're going to be looking for this wave C, or this is a wave 1 here, this to be a wave 2 here, and we're going for a 3 and a 4, and then this wave 5. So we are well prepared for that move to the up side. Euro pound, still looking at this one, that we wanted to see this year drop, but last week I did show you that we could have Euro pound back to around these highs a year, and then structurally this to have made a move to the downside a year, make a move to the upside, and then this might just be a flat corrective structure here in the mid year that will come and take this high maybe before we can expect to see a drop that is going to be related to this year, but very likely that we might see this year before a drop, and it will make sense with what I'm expecting with the majority of the pound pairs. Pound Audi, we ever since then we've made this move. You can go to the channel, watch this video here. I'm not even going to detail it that much, but we've been simply looking for this, that it should make a move to the upside. But I always speak about the time that was taken to build a leg a year comparing to this a year, but that is just for inside the members era. But that video does detail when I talk about time here. But I'm still expecting that this is going to make a move to the upside here. Somewhere around this era here, we should be seeing a drop because we've been looking at this to be an A here. I'm still looking for a B and a wave C. Obviously, if you have a wave A, at some point you need to have a B and a C. So we could be forming this B here and then eventually get a C. Then from there, that's going to be the big one that I'm looking at on a pound Audi. Pound New Zealand, obviously, they've got a positive correlation to your pound Audi here. So we are looking at pound Audi to have made this drop, which is also looks impulsive here. So we're simply waiting this to make a three-wave move against this swing high here, drop to the downside that can bring above 1,000 pips a year. Then from there, we're going to be looking above a 4,000 pips move to the upside. But for now, we just want to see this complete this three-wave move corrective structure, and then we're going to be looking for that drop to the down side. Pound Chief, I've shown you this one here. This could just be the chart of the week. We're simply waiting here for this one. Made an impulsive move to upside. We're looking for this throw move structure here. Then we're going to be looking for that move. Not even going to detail that one. You can go into the channel and watch that short video that we talk about there. Pound CAD, I still want to see this to drop. No matter how this is retracing here, but it should not come against this thing high here. I've showed you this one. 5-wave move to the upside, 3-wave move lower here. Does this have the right look? For me, it doesn't have the right look here. So I'm looking at this three-wave move here. So I'm gonna be expecting at some point this needs to drop in a three-wave move structure like this. Then that's when we're gonna be expecting a very big one to the upside. It can make a move to the upside from here, only to find out that this is going to be a three-way move for this structure. But for me personally, this rather be a pass. If this is going to be, say, it's correcting the whole thing here, it's gonna make a move to the upside. It rather be a pass. I wanna see this make another move to a downside before that move to the upside. Yeah, again, you can go to the channel and then also look at that video there. Right, so it's gonna be a pass for a cross pass, but I just wanna show you these two here. I've spoken about this one, that Auricat here. I will show you this. Even had a very nice blue box trade setup here. I should have showed you that one, but just look no further than this. Made a move to the upside here, impulsively move, three-wave move lower here. So we're simply looking for this one to make a move to the upside that is going to be related to this one here. Like I've said it, lower time frame. We had a trade setup during the week here. Let me show you here. So we had this as our trade setup during the week. We're simply looking for this one, made it through a move into the blue box. This has already made about 170 something pips move to the upside. We're simply looking for these pullbacks and then a continuation move to the upside. So that was one of the intraday trade that we have there. New Zealand CAD, the same thing here. When we had those fundamentals, we had the same thing here. We were simply looking for this one, that it was going to make a move to the upside. So this was the trade setup that we had here. Blue box trade setup, three-wave move into the blue box when we saw that move to the upside. So we are simply waiting to see this one here to continue with the move and then a move to the upside like that. But again, here, look no further than just this daily time frame. Made a nice impulsively move to the upside here. So I do believe that whatever we get here, this was in the corrective phase. Now we should be getting this one to be breaking out. If you got your trend line here, you'll see that this is already trading above the trend line. So a move to the upside is very likely that it is coming here. Some people, I remember back in the days, I would look at this here to be a pole here, look at this to be a flag here, and expecting a pole. That was theoretically what you will get. So we are looking at this next pole, but obviously I'm into the Elliott wave now. But that move to the upside is what I'm expecting there on your New Zealand cat. Now jumping into the precious metal gold here, you saw this one here. I still expect that this is going to make it one more leg lower here before we can take this high. If it takes this high, then it will be invalidating the move that I'm expecting. This high should hold, but I'm looking at this one, made it impulsively move here, and then we're looking at this to be a three-wave move structure here. If we can get that one, then it's going to be a big one for gold in December here, because this might take some time. If we're going to get this move to the downside, might play out for the rest of November, and then December time, that's when we start to see that move to the upside. Now people might be a bit confused. If you expect gold to make a drop to the downside, do you also expect that silver is going to drop? Silver does not have to drop. Made a move to the upside here, came into the blue box, fib retracement level does allow for a wave 2 here and impulsively move to the upside. Silver might just give us a three-way pullback against this swing low here, while your gold is playing out at that C wave move. When C wave move is done on gold, then this one will be completing this throw move structure. Then we get this one to continue a higher with gold as well. But I expect that platinum from here, it should not come to around this swing low here. I'm trying to see. It should not. I don't want to look at this in the three-wave move here, a strategy to the downside here. This being your W. This would be something else if it was to play out. This to be a wave X and this to be a wave. It will be something else. I'm not going there for now. I just want to see this swing low holding here. If we're to break this swing low here, then I'll start to look at this as our connector here. That will mean we are going to trade lower. But this swing low is going to be very critical for silver. Platinum, I've shown you this one here, that we're simply waiting for this one to complete this ending diagonal here. 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 here. Really already done here. Impulsively move to the upside and move more higher here. Form this V-shaped pattern through a pullback that we see here. It's an opportunity that you can look to buy on your platinum here. Now, Brent crude oil. I've shown you this one here several times. We've been expecting that this was going to drop to the downside here. But however, we are very well aware that somewhere here something could drive Brent crude oil for a move to the upside. Now we are seeing some divergence taking place here. Now it's a matter of, if you do see something like this correctingly here, then this might result in having a move to the upside. But for all to make a move to the upside, it needs to break this high here. If you pull your fifth like this here, impulsively move, get to 56.1.8 here impulsively, then forget about the drop to a downside. Look for this drop move, pull back, and then that move to the upside on Brent crude oil. Your natural guess, still liking the idea for this one that it should make a move to the upside. Simply looking at this three-wave move lower here against this swing low here, I'm expecting the natural guess is going to eventually make that move to the upper side. The indices, yeah, all-time high. I'm still looking at. By all-time high, I'm referring to these highs here, okay, not this high, referring to these highs. Now, we have made a nice impulsively move here to the upside. A pullback might be seen somewhere around this area here. We are seeing a divergence on the lower time frame, like your 4 1 hour here. So I'm expecting that if this does, it's an opportunity. Just look for buying opportunities here on your own Nasdaq here if you get that move back. And that will be the same as well with your Dow Jones. We're simply waiting to see here. Made a drop into the blue box. Nice V-shaped pattern here that has even made a nice impulsively move. We're simply waiting to see. Can we get this three-way move put back on the indices? If we do, that's an opportunity that you can look for buying more. Again, here, S&P 500 three-way move structure, critical level here. We're simply looking for a buying opportunity to the upper side. There's nothing much on that one here. Your DAX here has made a rally from the blue box. You saw that one, a three-way move pulled back. If you see here against this swing low, it's an opportunity that you can look for those buying move to the upper side. Your UK 100 here, we spoke about this one. Go and refer to last week surgeon here that we've got this three-way move. We just want to see this move to the upside. Yeah, against this swing low, it has been doing that. It has respected coming against this swing low. It will eventually make this move to the upside on your UK 100. Your Nikki, I've showed you this one several times. I should have showed you the before chart here. We will look at this one to have been a three-wave move. We simply wanted to see this rally here. Made an impulsively move. Breaking these highs here will be an opportunity that if you get a through move pullback, you simply look for buying a move to the upper side. And your Nifty of the indices showed you this one. Nice V shape that we are looking at through a pullback against this swing low. It's an opportunity that you can just look to take this one to the upper side. As for the cryptocurrencies, just looking at the big four here that we track here, I showed you this one here. Just go to the befores and afters here. We simply looking for this one that it should continue with the move to the upside here. The least that we can expect is a sideways move through a pullback, make a move to the upside, maybe give us this one more leg lower here, a move to the upside here. If it does that, then you're gonna have this as a three-way move. A simple W here, your wave X, your wave Y. It doesn't have to. This might make a move to the upside from here on a Bitcoin. But if it does here, expect a sideways move against, not against, but just expect a sideways move in this range here that might play something like this here. Doesn't have to, like I've said it, but I'm expecting that Bitcoin should still continue with the bullish move to the upside. Just like your Ethereum here, I'm looking at this to have just made a three-wave move drop to the downside here from this high here, made a move to the downside, a pull back here. So I'm expecting it might maybe do something like this, one more leg lower here, and then we get this one to make a move to the upside. Well, again, reason why I say one more leg lower, 1 2 3, a move to the upside here. So it might make a 1 2 3 again, and then make this a move to the upside on Ethereum. But I still expect to see more move to the upside, just like your Litecoin as well here, made a move to the upper side. It is corrective as it look here, but it should not break against this swing low here. So I've been looking at this, made a move to the upside, running flat correction in the middle here. Something next that is coming is going to be very impulsive or very aggressive to the upper side. Ripple showed you this one that we're simply waiting to see this one to make a move to the upside. If you look at this, made an impulsively move here, expanding flat corrective structure here. So we're simply waiting to see this move to the upside on your Ripple. Right, guys, from my side, that's all what I wanted to share with you. So please like the page. Like I've said it, we do have another page as well here. It's just Elliott Wave Analyst. You can just like that page as well. We also share nice content on that one here. So if you do like our content overall, please do make sure that you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and make sure that you've got that bell notification so that every time we release this content, at least you are notified. Okay, at least you should be notified every time when we have this content. Right, guys, from my side, please trade safe and responsible, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. Bye bye.